All right. Good morning, tribe. I'm back. Welcome to the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbruggen, broadcasting here from my dining room, which looks suspiciously like California. We got the Golden Gate Bridge here. Let's see here. Wow. Oh, yeah, there we go. Golden Gate Bridge and water and rocks and cool plants and stuff. Dragon again this morning. Just travel takes a lot out of you, especially right now. Hey, good morning, Kimberly. Happy Monday. Surrender. Good morning. How's the doggy? But California is beautiful, but it definitely lived up to its current reputation. So be it. I had some really good fish and chips, and that's what's important. This was my first time to San Francisco. The weather was actually just absolutely beautiful, like in the high 70s and sunny, like you can see. And I was a little disappointed because I wanted to see the San Francisco fog that everyone talks about. But instead, we got a beautiful day, so that was nice. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Dina. It's good to be home. It's good to have my bed, my shower, my refrigerator. Yeah. Hey, Alan. Yeah. So I got friends in San Francisco too. So we spent the day bumming around on Saturday, I guess. Man, I'm just confused. I went without the brain pill like for 3 days. Hey, Cynthia. But yeah, it was nice. The main issue is pretty much all the restaurants and stuff are closed, so getting food became kind of tricky, but so be it. Hey, Bonnie. Yeah, the water, you're right, Dina. The water is definitely not like Galveston, that's for sure. Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning, Michelle. It's good to be home. Got my mug. Yeah, the coffee out in San Francisco, really good. There weren't a lot of restaurants open, but there were still places you could get cups of coffee. It made me realize I need to spend more money on coffee. I've been drinking the HEB or Walmart, whatever the cheapest coffee I can find is. I think those days are over. I think I can splurge the extra $2 on a can of decent coffee because it's my life fuel. So and another thing going on and yeah, so it's still dark outside and I didn't feel like setting up all the lights and everything out there. So yeah, here I am. But while I was away, some lights that I ordered came in. So one of the things today is to help get those up. And because let's see, would that do it? I don't know. Every so often we get like the blue fuzzy. Yeah, there we go. There it was. Magic. Woo! Yeah, that stuff. Hopefully better lighting of the green screen will help, but that's okay. Okay. So warmer weather and more paved areas equal less fog. Well, the person I was with said yesterday or Saturday was like extremely unusual. It was they've been there for 4 or 5 years, something like that. And she said October is actually the warmest month in San Francisco, and July is actually the coldest, just because of the water currents and everything coming down from the Arctic and whatnot. Yeah, and for whatever reason, God blessed us with a beautiful day, and I got to see the Golden Gate Bridge and stuff. Had a cool discussion. So the lady I was with, she is an engineer, mechanical engineer, and she is working on a robotic doctor system, which is really cool. There's already one out there now, Da Vinci. And so they're working on the competitor to Da Vinci, and that's really cool. But we were discussing things, and long story short, robot lawyers. I think in the future, a career path. If you get a kid right now, not sure what to do. They should go into law, become a lawyer, and look at the liability involved when a robot is doing something as opposed to a human. Because I think more and more that's going to become a big deal. I mean, who is responsible? The engineer who originally programmed the robot, the person who owns the robot. You know, I think there's going to be more and more legal cases like that coming up. And okay, yeah. Plus, I'm a huge fan of Isaac Asimov and his iRobot series and all that. But yeah, robot law. Look into it. All right, Cynthia, was the plane full? Yes. So heading out, we were on one of the smaller planes with just the 2 and 2 seats, and no, sorry, 3 and 3, and that was completely packed. There was not a empty seat to be had flying out to San Francisco from Houston. And then coming back, we were on a 787, one of the huge jet things, and it was packed too. The United, they had a big thing, that they said, the studies have shown that the COVID-19 is not being transferred on their planes. Their cleaning between flights and all this stuff is good enough that there haven't been any reported, so they felt comfortable just jamming everyone in there. One thing, when they boarded the plane, they handed you a little, well, actually, it's a pretty big antiseptic wipe that they wanted you to wipe down, like the belt buckle and the seat tray and all this sort of thing, just to improve your chances of coming out healthy. So we'll see. Oh, cool. That's good to hear. Mike William, my wife and I attended Derek's class on Mullen at Cato Mounds. It was our first time to meet Derek and his wife. Derek gave a very thorough class, and we had plenty of hands-on time. Surely we'll be attending future classes. Thanks, Derek. Cool. I knew he'd do an excellent job because he's an excellent person. Rainy day up in Waxahachie. I saw the weather report. It's supposed to rain down here in Houston, too. Bones Coffee has many good choices. Okay, I will have to check it out. Yep. Hey, Jennifer, I'm back. Good morning, S. How are you? Get a post office box. I have actually been considering that. Getting a Dropbox sort of thing. I don't know. It's just, oh, I'm bouncing. Oh, it's a computer that's earthquake. Earthquake. No, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So, I was a little bit bummed that I didn't feel any earthquakes while I was there. I actually have a little earthquake app on my phone. Back when we went to California in January to visit Mrs. Weather's family, and so I still have the app on my phone because I like to know everything. And there were like 2.1 earthquakes, around where I was in California, and didn't feel a thing. And it's like, okay. So, oh, you're welcome, Mike. Jennifer, why does Chirpy say they're wrong? So one thing I've learned over the years, and Chirpy and I have discussed this, and he has learned it too, is a lot of time the experts are wrong. And let me give you 2 examples from the trip. Okay, and it involves 2 movies. 2 movies that I watched because, I was chilling alone a lot. One movie was considered to be an American classic that everyone should see, and is just absolutely fantastic. From every second of it is amazing. And the other is considered to be one of the all-time worst movies ever. Just absolutely terrible movie. Everything about it was terrible. Well, you probably have guessed that I really liked the terrible movie, and the classic wonderful movie was like, okay. So the 2 movies in question, the classic wonderful movie is The Godfather. And okay, it was good, but maybe it's just by modern standards and so forth. It was kind of slow. Um, I I had read enough of The Godfather and seen parts of the movies, but I never sat down and watched it start to finish. And so, and the parts that when they show you parts, they usually show the absolute best parts and so forth. And one of the things I figured out a long time ago, that when it comes to business, I often say one of the best one of the best books on business ever written was The Godfather. Because it's just business, it's nothing personal, and there's a lot to be said about that, to a point. But anyway, watching the movie, finally watching it start to finish, and it's like, okay, okay, glad I watched it, but I was on the plane. I actually would have watched flying back yesterday. So Godfather, I had always been planning on showing the entire family it, and then I realized, yeah, they would have hated it. Okay, so there's that. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, starring Peter Frampton and the Bee Gees, considered to be absolutely terrible movie. Just the critics hate it, the people in it hated it, the Beatles hated it, everyone hated it. Loved it. It was such a feel-good movie. That part of it, at this point in my life, a lot of times I watch the movies with the closed captioning on. And so I discovered how many Beatles songs I've been singing wrong all these years. So when you actually read the lyrics, while the music is going, you realize, wow, Paul McCartney and John Lennon and George Harrison and Ringo Starr, all of them had very cryptic ways of saying things. And it's like, if you just read the lyrics without anything else going on, you go, okay, I was gonna say these guys are on drugs. And anyway, just an app to me, because I'm a sentimental fool. Loved the movie. George Burns was Mr. Kite. He was the narrator for the movie. And frankly, everyone said the acting was terrible. It's not a movie where you're an actor. It's a movie where you're a musician. I thought all the different artists that covered the different Beatles songs did a fantastic job. Steve Martin sang one of the Beatles songs, and it was a weird song. It was a Maxwell Silver Hammer, which is considered to be the worst Beatles song ever. But he did just a hysterical job with it. And so it was just, the movie made me happy. Like Aerosmith is in there, and the battle between the Bee Gees and Aerosmith was hysterical. Alice Cooper, all this stuff, and so it was just a fun, funny, feel good movie. So yeah. So when I take very little as truth anymore, then neither does Chirpy. Hey, good morning, Alicia. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Michelle, you saw it in the theaters. Cool. Oh, okay, BJ, have you read Jethro Kloss's Back to Eden? If so, what's your thoughts? No, I haven't read it yet. It's on my list. I suspect, from what I've read about it, I'm going to like it. But I also suspect there would be some huge difficulties in it. I read, so it's book hour with Merriweather. Yeah, so way back, I don't know if it was in middle school or high school, one of the other. We had to read The Outsiders by, what is it, E.S. something? But The Outsiders, classic American novel for young kids. And in it, the Pony Boy and the other kid, they get a copy of Gone with the Wind and take turns reading it to each other. And I thought the way they talked about Gone with the Wind in that book, it sounded really cool. So then decades ago, I got my hands on a copy of the Gone with the Wind and read it. And I really liked the book, Gone with the Wind. The movie is really, really good too. There are questions nowadays about it because everything is questioned. So there's that. But yeah, the Gone with the Wind, the book was really good. The movie was really good. I heard the sequel was pretty terrible. I don't know. Hey, Bernice. Good morning. Good morning, Donna. Oh, okay. Dina, Dear Prudence, the song has a cool story on how it was written. I need to look that up because I do love the Beatles. Yeah, okay, Jennifer. Movie that made me laugh the most was Team America. Is Tina here today? Tina Marie? I haven't seen her yet. So her husband loves Team America and she just can't stand it. So, yeah. Oh, cool. Kimberly, yeah, my girls just read The Outsiders in 7th grade. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I remember The Outsiders and The Pigman, and there were a few other books back then. But yeah, but so often everything we learn, everything eventually is not what we thought it was, whether it be historical or critics. So in the end, it just makes that much harder to make decisions on things other than what you have real experience with. Yeah, Alicia, you're with Tina. I got to tell you, yeah, Mrs. Weather isn't a big fan of the movie either. Ooh, yeah, Lord of the Flies and To Kill a Mockingbird. I always thought it would have been cool to be in a situation in Lord of the Flies. I think I would have helped keep it from going the direction it went. But yeah, both those were good. Hey, April, it's good to be back in Texas. I said it's good to be back where I have a refrigerator and I have food. That was a difficult part of the trip. Is so much was shut down out there. California is just in complete lockdown. I don't know if you saw their rules for Thanksgiving, but basically they're saying family gatherings are prohibited. But yeah, so most things were closed, and yeah. Luckily, there are a lot of wild plants around. What else we got going on? It's good to travel. I have to admit, I get stressed out by travel, because you're driving around in a new place and all this stuff. And ooh, let's see. Any words of wisdom on California? Be ready to spend a lot of money, a lot of money, a lot of money. Gas prices were, I think the cheapest we saw was $3.49 for the regular gas. All the since there were some restaurant issues, a lot of the food was just whatever we could grab from gas stations, and gas station food is crap to begin with. But it was also expensive. So, it was like $15 for a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee and a gas station burrito. So, yeah. But the people that live there who, can't afford to move and they're staying there love it. I will say everyone that we talked to in Los Angeles, from bellhops to business owners, are ready to leave. Everyone up in San Francisco absolutely loves it. And I mean, that's pretty awesome. And so they're going to stick it out regardless. But yeah, if you're going to California, bring lots of masks, bring disposable shoes, and lots of money. Yeah, April. Yeah, so it's interesting. The Lord of the Flies there. It was in the news recently a lot again, because it was like the 80th anniversary or 70th. But yeah, there was a case. Was it the Philippines? But a boatload of class boys from a Catholic school, I think it was in the Philippines, got lost at sea, ended up in an island, and were there for almost a year. And it was like over a dozen kids, and they didn't descend into barbaric practices. Actually, stayed together and did a good job. Yeah, it's a cool story. Okay, so why disposable shoes? Because there's everywhere on the sidewalks. Yeah. Lots of, yeah, the human waste was a big problem there. It kind of reminded me in China. In China, you never step on a wet spot on the pavement because it's usually not water. It's something else. No, actually, the Lord of the Flies wasn't based on a true story. It was all imagined. The thing that happened, and if you look it up, look, a group of schoolboys lost on an island. Their effect, their experience was completely opposite of Lord of the Flies. Hey, Tina, we were just talking about Team America. How are you? Yeah, well, I start when the coffee's ready and the kids are gone, and I can sit here and we go. So, yeah, once the daylight savings time switches, then I'll go back outside. But yeah, exactly. You have to wear a mask indoors, outdoors, everywhere. Only 2 people in an elevator at a time. So if you have a big family, you got to take multiple trips and things like that. But yeah, it was, yeah. So be it. It's where we are. Love you too, Tina. Actually, Tina, the discussion was how I watched The Godfather, start to finish on the flight yesterday, and it was okay, but I didn't think it was as awesome as it had been made out to be. And then at the same time, a couple of days ago, I watched the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band movie and absolutely loved it start to finish. So, yeah. Yeah, Mad Magazine, man, it went downhill. Is it even still around? Didn't Mad finally go out of business? I don't remember. Yep. Good intentions. What else is going on? Oh, yeah. The one problem also, since basically it was all, junk food, I gained some weight, so I'm back up to almost 220. So I'm starting the whole intermittent fasting thing and all that again. So, oh well. Okay, let's see. In the past 5 years, 3 of mine were spent in San Diego. San Diego's another beautiful city. I found the drivers out there were courteous and know how to use turn signals. I joined a shooting range, and they referred to me as a free citizen from Texas. Some of the pistols I purchased in Texas are not available legal in California. Yep, that is true. Hey, Denver. Okay, that makes everything okay. Your love of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I mean, the Beatles album is awesome. And then pretty much all the songs in the movie, all the Beatles songs are good. And the way they were done, it worked really well. Okay, so what it reminded me of, and this is going to be weird, but bear with me. So in The Simpsons, their spoof of Arnold Schwarzenegger, I can't remember the guy's name right now, but how they have little clips of this movie, And someone figured out that over the 20 some years of this 30 some, 30 some years that the Simpsons have been on, if you take all those little clips of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie and put them, they actually turn into a full movie. And so it kind of reminded me of that was the Lonely Hearts Club Band, that the songs put in the right order tell this story. And it was just really cool to see that. I suspect it was kind of along the lines of listening to Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon while watching Wizard of Oz. Hey, good morning, Ricardo. Getting good reports about your Mullen class there. So thumbs up. Yeah. Like I said, it's nice to visit, especially when you have friends that live there and know the places. So it was nice. It's small. My friend there, the roboticist, she was saying, end to end, San Francisco is only 7 miles long, which is astounding for anyone from Houston. Yeah, Rainer Wolf. Yeah, Wolf Castle. That's the guy. So go to YouTube, do a search on Rainier Wolf Castle movie, and someone had edited together all the parts, and it's actually a like a 30, 40-minute movie. It's astounding. Hey, good morning, Katie. Yep, Dark Side of the Moon, Wizard of Oz. It's scary how well it matches up, and you wonder, did the guys know? I guess it was Roger Waters, or was it Dave Gilmour that was responsible? I think it was Roger Waters for that. Yeah, that's the other neat thing about the internet is you get to learn all this useless information and weird twists on things. What else is going on? Texas Bee Supply opened in Dayton. Cool place. So for the smokers and all the bee stuff. Man, it's good to be back. I missed the tribe. I tried to get on a few times. It was beautiful there. It was weird. So we were back in California in January. And when I was there in January, took the family to Santa Monica, the pier, and the beach there, and it was really nice. And then went back, just 2 days ago, and everything was boarded up, and it was all homeless people everywhere, and it was a different feel. All right, Denver, how long after a rain should we wait to go hunt for mushrooms? 12 to 24 hours. A lot of the rain-inspired mushrooms, by the next day, they're already popping up. After about 3 days, most of them are going to be gone again. But some of them pop up really quickly. So I would say, keep your eyes peeled 12 hours after the rains and start vigorously hunting 24 and 48 hours. But by 72 hours, probably a lot of it is going away already. Yeah. So here at my house, those mushrooms are popping up 10 minutes after we get a drizzle, or like yesterday, it was just super humid and had a mushroom explosion by noon. Oh, that makes me want to set up a time-lapse photography. That would be awesome. Hey, good morning, Kathleen. Yeah, mushrooms grow incredibly fast. And part of it is, they don't have the cell wall. They have a cell membrane, almost more like skin. And so it doesn't take as much time for them to grow. They're not putting as many hard pieces together, but then that's also why they decompose really fast too. I mean, they're just they're pop up, dump the spores as much as they can, and then drop back down again. Oh man. Yep, miss the oysters. I think we got all winter long for oysters, Tina, so they'll be back. Ooh, that would have been cool. I actually watched the ringless honey bloom yesterday. Nice. Yeah, I guess you all had a big, you Estonians had a big storm. Was it Friday? Yeah, because while we were out in California, my boss got a text that he has to come and pick up his kids from school because there's like tornadoes or something going on. And coming back from the airport last night, driving along the Hardy Toll Road, there were trees down all over the place. Like they had fallen, onto the road and just got shoved off into the shoulder. So that was kind of weird. We worked cows and had an inexperienced helper with us who was obsessed with mushrooms and cow poop. Mm-hmm. Lovely. Hey, good morning, Aaron. How are you today? Watching from YouTube. Thank you. Tara, we have an oak tree that is covered in these giant clusters of mushrooms that almost popped up overnight. There's a good chance those are oysters, which is good because they're yummy, but it's also bad because it means that oak tree is dying. Oh, right. Goldenrod. Right now, available to you, goldenrod. So I'm pretty sure, Kevin, you have the goldenrod tinctures. Don't you? Try that. Bleaves and the goldenrod tea. Stinging nettle is another good one, but that's a little harder to come by around. I guess where you're at, there's some, but I don't know if you were able to get any. And bull nettle is not stinging nettle, so don't try bull nettle. So try the goldenrod. That's probably one of the probably the most effective one you have available right now. Oh, sorry. And also from the infection point of view, self-heal, always a good one. The immune pill, elderberry, any of the antibiotic type plants. Elderberry would probably be the best choice. So like a combination of elderberry and goldenrod, I think would be a good choice. Wow. Am I really that pale? Skeletal arms. That's I'm always amused by the color contrast of myself. Okay. Hey, Cleo. I'm back. Got the tribe, got my coffee, got Texas. Life is good. What else do we got going on? I don't know. But, yeah, had good meetings with some suppliers. We weren't able to meet at the farms and so forth. There's a lot of rules and stuff on that, especially now with the COVID, but we were at least able to meet in neutral ground, if you will. So hopefully we convinced different people that were legit enough and that, they will, work with us to get the supplies we need for Medicine Man. So I'm hoping that was the main purpose of the trip, was to just meet the people and rebuild some friendships and get everything set up, and I like you, you like me, hey, let's work together, sort of thing. So we will see what's going on. Yep. Fuzzy blue glow. Whoa. So my superpower? No. If that were the case, whoops. Let me get to you, Michelle, and then it would be green, Ricardo. Okay, yes, oregano has good antibiotic properties. Oregano has a chemical in it called thymol, and thymol is a strong antibiotic. antibiotic. Doesn't do much for viruses. Probably nothing against viruses, but the oregano, due to the thymol concentration, is a very good antibiotic, internally and externally, both. Oh, fuzzy. Yeah. So while I was gone, so on last week, was it? Let's see, I left Thursday. On Wednesday, the power steering went out on my wife's car, and so we had to take it to the repair shop. And so while I was gone, Mrs. Weather was driving my 4Runner, which scared me because she's not a great driver. And she actually, it wasn't her fault. I'll grant her this. It wasn't her fault, but she hit something on the road and damaged a tire. So I got to take a tire in to get repaired. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, okay. Kimberly, did you see what happened at Renfest? If you're talking about the fire last week, yes. If there's something new, fill me in, because hopefully more bad things aren't going on there. Okay, and Michelle, does cooking change the properties much? No, the thymol is pretty resistant to heat. Above 425 degrees, it will start breaking down. But lower temperature is okay. Oh man, someone died? No, it happened. It was another stabbing in the parking lot by a crackhead, was it? Okay. Also, which would be a better, oregano or goldenrod as an antibiotic? So the goldenrod isn't much of an antibiotic, but it is really good at helping clear up and stop the sinuses from running. The oregano is the antibiotic. So the oregano is a much better antibiotic than goldenrod, because goldenrod has very little antibiotic ability. And then as far as use, actually the dried, because it's just more concentrated, you got rid of 80% of the mass, and so you just get more oregano medicinal compounds. So yeah, dried oregano, very good. Oh crap, a shooting. Oh, at the campgrounds. Good Lord, people. That's depressing. All right. Yes, horse mint also has thymol. Horse mint has even higher concentration of thymol than the oregano. And then Eusenia, that is another strong antibiotic, because it has eusinic acid in it, which is a very potent antibiotic that can be taken internally and externally. The thing to remember about the Eusenia and eusinic acid is it has a side effect of, best way of describing it is it slows down the liver some. And so if you, long story short, if you take the Eusenia and drink alcohol, it can cause liver damage, which is a perfect segue. Woo, segue, because I don't have my alarm set and it's past 7:50. So group take time with, starting with the liver pill. Cleanse, support, detoxify, protect. So got my 4 liver pills, Nope. Missed my mouth. Okay. And then the brain pill focus, which is actually one of the powers. It doesn't want to focus. Okay. So the brain pill to optimize the brain. The brain is what made us the most badass creature on the planet. So I'll keep that in mind. And then finally, like I said, the most important one right now, the immune pill. Focus, focus, support, maintain, prepare, fight. Oops. And silica gel. Swallow. Yeah, Nick Blackman from Wazoo Survival was at the Renaissance Festival this weekend. No, doesn't matter what. Oregano, not really. They all have it. So you're good there. Cool little reminder I use for the urinary tract issue. Oh, okay. Euphoreusinea and urinary. Clever. Yep. Tylenol and alcohol are a bad combination. All right, Kimberly, have a great day. Hey, Laura, it's good to be home. Travel is good, but home is good too. A lot more hugs here at home. All right, Tina, have a great day. It's almost time for me to start up. Got a lot of stuff I need to do. Never a chance to rest. I know our house isn't haunted, but our electrical system has a glitch, and every so often the hall light turns on or off by itself, and also the light in the bedroom. Hey, Nick is here. Okay. Yeah, I was up there this weekend just for the day. Didn't camp out this time. Good thing, Nick. Oh, cool, Ricardo. Got your distilling going. Cool. Have a great day. Stay safe. Heal people. Yeah. So Thursday's talk right now, the plan is immune suppressant herbs is one possibility. And then the other is focusing on some mushroom stuff. So I'm still trying to decide which I want to do. Some different people have asked for different subjects. Someone asked about the immune suppression. I think I want to push that out to next week, but some plant-based thing. Maybe it'll be making salves or something like that. But yeah, I'll try and do something worth knowing. Oh, hey, let's see. Not Chicago setting. Oh, horrible migraine. Sunday migraine, severe throat. Ugh. I'm sorry. Oops. Hey, Surrender. Take it easy. Oh, in case I don't know if you can see Surrender's dog, and it's even bigger than it looks in that picture. I want him to tell me what sort of dog that is so I can get one. We'll see. All right. Oh, it is 8:00. So it is time to throw ourselves at the mercy of the world and by surrendering, conquer it. I don't know. That sounded good. So until tomorrow, tribe, I will see you. I will care for you completely between now and then and forever and ever. Amen. But got to get to work. So here's to you.